Hi folks, John with the Wingman 115 channel. Thank you so much for checking in today. I'm out here in my backyard studio. I'm battling noise issues. I have a neighbor who decided to do construction today in his backyard. I feel like Chris Tanner. So Chris, I know how you feel on this. Just something always happens. But the show must go on. Chris from Four Directions Bushcraft reached out to me and said, hey, John, we have some new items on our website that we feel your viewers might be interested in. I said, hey, what do you have? He explained to me, and I said, yeah, send them on over. I'll introduce them to my subscribers because, one, I believe in small businesses, and I believe that if we're not supporting our homegrown folks right here at home, I mean, this is where the rubber meets the road. These people are providing jobs and putting money back into their local economy, and that's just the check in the plus column. So with that, I'm going to be showcasing a few items, then we'll cut away and do some practical use on those items. First item is, and all this stuff is a la carte on Chris's website over at Four Directions Bushcraft. I'll leave a link in the video description below. I'll also leave a link to a video that I did on some of Chris's stuff last year. It was a sampler bag of different wood, different tinder that's found throughout a lot of different areas here in the United States. Really cool if you're just stuck in one certain area of the United States and say you don't have birch bark or you don't have sage or you don't have this or that. Really cool. Link in the video description below. So without further ado, let's talk about the first piece of kit. Now, Chris has a backpack for sale on his website. I'm going to be putting together as a fire crafting or fire building kit. Reason being is I'm going to be going to a modern mountain man rendezvous here real soon. And we're going to be teaching primitive living skills, fire building, all that sort of stuff. And you got to remember, a lot of people don't have the same skill set as you and I. A lot of people, one, have never been out in the woods, never have built a fire. So we're going to be guiding them through all the steps of fire building and the different implements that you can use in that. With that, well, Chris sent over a 30-liter backpack. Now, this is compartmentalized, has MOLLE webbing. You got your straps on the back. It's got a spot for a hydration bladder in there and also a waist belt. You got a small compartment up top. You can put glasses. You can put a lighter. You can put whatever in there. Nice MOLLE webbing, so if you have other items that you want to put on there, you can. Really deep well pockets, and has stuff where it's compartmentalized. There's webbing in there as well. So you have one pocket here. We have another compartment here that opens up, clamshell style. Really deep well. Also has webbing in here so you can put auxiliary items in there. Then you can really lay this pack open. Have more webbing here that's exposed. I really like that sort of webbing so you can see what is inside that compartment in case you got to grab something really quick. And then it has a hidden pocket right here. So just a nice, well thought out backpack, and a little bit of Velcro where you could put morale patches. So offers them on his website. Really good price on that, $26.99 for the backpack. So as you're piecing your kit together, you can just put together a whole fire kit. Now, speaking of fire kits, ferro rods. You guys know that I am a ferro rod fanboy. I just love fanning sparks out. Obviously, I can't go to the woods to do that, so luckily I got a lot of concrete here in the backyard. I can do it here in the backyard. I'm going to pull my paper out in front of me. Kind of feels like an outdoors news desk. If you folks are interested in any sort of thing like that, I'm kind of going off on a tangent. Hey, let me know in the comments down below. Put my professional glasses on. I call them the old people glasses. But this is the Elite Ferro Rod This is 7.79 inches long and a 1/2 inch in diameter. It's made from hard and soft material, so it gives a combination. It will just spray just gobs of sparks, and we're going to illustrate that here in just a second. The next piece of kit is a striker. Now, I'm not a hardcore bushcrafter where my knives have to have a 90-degree spine on it. If you are, that's fine. A lot of my knives are more tactical that I carry. I don't profess to be a bushcrafter, even though I love practicing those skills and I love the history involved and all that stuff. But it personally has time for so many hobbies, and I'm into air guns and archery and all that stuff. So with that said, a lot of my blades just don't have a 90-degree spine on it, and I'm not going to use the cutting edge of my cutting tool on a ferro rod. With that is this carbide striker. Now, it's what he calls a high-speed steel striker. This is 3 inches long, and it's a 3/8 inch square, and it's got really sharp 90-degree angles on every corner. I really like the Osage orange handle, and he puts a little paracord on there with a carabiner so you can hook it to your kit so you don't lose it. But I'm going to get my show notes out of the way. Check this out. It's just crazy. Making it rain. I got to be careful I don't catch my table on fire out here. But he wasn't lying about this just producing gobs of sparks. And with this really sharp 90-degree angles on this, it's going to do a great job. Just awesome piece of kit. So the ferro rod is $16.99, and he didn't put a price on the Osage handle. I'll find out, and I'll leave it annotated in the video. Also is a fatwood stick. Now, if you're in an area, maybe you're urban, where you just don't have access to fatwood, you're not able to get out in the woods to get it, or it just doesn't grow where you're at. Chris has just a ton of fatwood that he sets up, gets it all nicely processed for you, puts a little bit of paracord on there with a carabiner. This runs $4.99, not bad. And if you're scraping it to making that Maya dust, I mean, you don't need a lot to make dust. So that's going to last you a very long time. So he also has fatwood, just super piece of kit to have, and it smells good. Now, the next piece of kit, this is his fire dust tinder can. Now, he doesn't put a sticker on there because he wants to give you the ability to use this for making char cloth later on once you've used up all of the tinder inside. Now, first thing I did when I opened this up was just the smell of this. This is made with Osage orange wood dust and Maya dust. And he says that this allows for a longer, hotter burn than just plain Maya dust. And it will be a little bit slower burn as well. So you're going to get a little bit more mileage out of this. We're going to test this out. But man, if I had smell vision on this, you guys would just go crazy town over this. Really cool. I'm excited about that. This piece of kit is no stranger to the channel. If you follow along the last video I did on 4 Directions Bushcraft gear, all his wood tinder sampler came in one of these bags. Now, this is 100% cotton, both these bags, and this one's 8x10 and this one is a 3x5 bag. Now, Chris claims that the way that this bag is made and processed, that it could take a spark just from that ferro rod without making it into char cloth. I'm going to take his word on that because I'm going to use this bag later on as part of my kit. But he says that he has put items in here, whether it be tinder or wood or whatever, to make a little pillow out of this. And it's got a draw strings in there so you can cinch it down, so something behind your head. And he's also put chaga in this to make tea. So he's thinking outside the box, dual multi-purpose items. So he just expands his capabilities out in the woods. So without further ado, I'm going to cut away. I'm going to get my little pizza pan, fire making pan over here, and then we'll get to playing with some of this gear to showcase it. Oh, last item, I almost forgot. Really cool. I'm going to be wearing this at the rendezvous. He also sells t-shirts on here and patches. So I want to thank Chris for the t-shirt. I'm going to be representing out there at the Modern Man Rendezvous coming up next month. So if you folks follow along on the channel, you've seen my promo video on that. We're also going to be doing a trip report on that video. So without me babbling anymore, let's cut away and let's get to striking some sparks with that ferro rod. First off, let's illustrate scraping this fat wood for folks that a lot of people I see just start carving on fat wood and they burn through it just faster than they have to. So I'm going to use one of the sharp angles on this and just create some dust. And you don't have to scrape hard on this. The angles are so sharp that it's just making it roll right off. And man, I just love that aroma. The oils in this. So as you can see, got it. Now let's thank you, neighbor, for making a bunch of noise. Let's see if we can't strike this. I'm telling you, this just throws huge globs of sparks. Just a lot of resin in that fat wood. Just beautiful. All right. Let's make it rain here for a second. Just a ton of, I'm impressed with the amount of heat coming off that ferro rod. Now, let's take a little pinch here like we're chewing Copenhagen for all you folks out there that dip. And let's see how this Osage and Maya dust is going to work out. All right. Not bad. Let's let it burn and see how long it's going to burn. So if you get out in the woods, you get in a situation where it might be a little bit damp, you're going to need something to last for a little while, at least, to get that fire going, to get most of the moisture out of whatever you're trying to light. This might make the difference right here. I mean, that wasn't a huge pinch of product out of there either. But it's burning for quite a while. I am really impressed. I'm less impressed with the saw playing in the background, but the show must go on, folks. This is what we do. Spread it out a little bit. I'm really liking that Osage orange sawdust mixed in with the Maya dust. Just a nice long burn on that. Here, let me mix it up a little bit. Break out the ferro rod. We'll try it again. See if we can't get her going. Oh yeah. That's with a little breeze blowing too. Chris, you've done a great job with this. Just awesome. Let me shave off a little bit of this. Mix it in. Now we're just playing around here like we're school kids, but that's what this is all about. I mean, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be doing it. It's all the folks out there that are just starting to get into Firecraft, or if you're looking for a kit that's going to last you a long time that you can take out into the woods. I think Chris has hit the bullseye with this. Okay, I made a little feather stick out of just a little wooden stake I had here in the background. Gosh, I don't even know what type of wood it is. But let's test out the capabilities of this ferro rod. Oh yeah. I can tell you right now, it burns hot. When I'm striking it, you can just feel the heat of the gobs of sparks coming off that. It's just crazy. So good job all around on all these pieces of kit. So as you can see, all this stuff works really, really well. I want to thank Chris for reaching out and sending this kit over. I'm going to be making just a super, what I'm going to call the ultimate fire kit. I'm going to go grab some sage and different items around here, and hopefully I want to get into learning better the bow drill and hopefully one day the hand drill. So all those components are going to go in this backpack just to make one super fire kit. I'm going to leave it handy, take it out in the woods with me in the Jeep all the time when I head out there. So, as always, I thank you so much for watching. Links in the video description below on where to find all this stuff that I showcased today. And I'll see you folks on the next video. Take care.